Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
Well,
up
I'll
here
sit
now.
over here.
Okay. You go stand and do that for me, and then they can sit down. Okay.
I'm welcome. Just tell me
All
whatever.
right, hello guys. We'll go ahead and get started so that this won't take so long. First, we're going to start with prayer, just to start our time off right. So if you'll bow with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for bringing these few together, Lord, to come together and as we start our new year. We pray that you will be with us as we go through this and help us to get it across clearly and for everyone just to have a great year this year. For it's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay, we're going to start off first by, I know there's not a lot of us in here, and you will see us again on Monday, but we're going to start off by introducing ourselves. First, I'm Miss Seymour, and a couple of us will be in a different building this year. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but there'll be another one that announces, but I will be in the fourth and fifth grade hall. Because of our size and we're growing a lot, so a couple of us got moved over, but my name is Miss Seymour. And I don't know, I think we did this last year, and I've been teaching, this is my 26th year here.
I am Miss Christy Wilson. My room is the same as last year if you were here last year. This is my third year teaching at Faith Academy.
I am Miss Knight. This is my second year at Faith. I've been with public school prior to this coming back to Faith. I also had to get moved, so I'm beside Miss Seymour in the elementary building. So if you have me, you'll be over there in those classes.
I'm Tara Vaughn. I'm going to be in Miss Dees' room this year. I taught K4 last year. I'm coming back to third grade this year. Third grade's kind of my happy place,Ll be very honest, so I'm very excited to be back. I've been teaching so many years that I have honestly lost count. I know it's like 10 years here and a couple years other places, so anyway, over 20 years.
We'll go ahead and get started. We're glad to have you guys and excited about you. They're going to go ahead and sit down. See, they don't have to stand up here the whole time, and she's going to be my clicker. But again, we are Miss Vaughn, Miss Seymour, Miss Knight, and Miss Wilson, and we are the four third grade teachers. As you all know, school starts at 7:50, and this is the first year, and we've been trying really hard. Getting here on time is really important, especially in this grade. They will start out with with bell work, which they have been doing, but it's really important, and it's really starting to get more crucial as they get older. And it did say we're dismissing at 3:05, and we'll talk about that in a minute. As you get, because of our lovely COVID, and you'll hear that 100 times through this speech, but all buildings will be locked until 7:20, so you will hear the little clicker. For those of you who are new, you'll hear a little magnetic click if you are here before 7:20, and the buildings will open up then. You'll see a lot of people outside, but we do ask that you, even if somebody were to open the door, if you would just kindly wait outside till that does click open. And if you do, get there beforehand, either wait in your car or they do have services and those initials are Life Church Child Development Center. They do have daycare before school as well. Now, 7:20 is when morning duty starts. There is breakfast in the cafeteria that they do have to purchase if you would like them to eat, if you do have to be at work a little earlier, and this is a good area for them to go to, but the buildings will be open. This year is a little different from last year, thank goodness. Parents, you are able to walk your child to the classroom if you wish. Now, they are third graders now, and so this may not be as necessary as it was in the past, but we ask that you not come in the classroom for specific reasons, as we do try to maintain the safest environment possible as we work through this COVID time. Go ahead. We will do our own morning duty. And as we said, Miss Knight and I, Miss Seymour, are in the elementary building, which is the fourth and fifth grade building. And Miss Wilson and Miss Vaughn are in the primary building. We will do our own. We will not do it together. Even when we do go to combine, we will do it separate. So, but right now, until we tell you, you will go to morning duty. If you are here for morning duty, you will go to your own teacher. Just for purposes, we will not be checking temperatures like we did last year. We will be, but if you do feel that your child is not feeling as well, please check the temperature before they come. Anything over 100, we ask that you not send, especially during this time of uncertainty. Go back just a minute. You're getting ahead of me here. And they need to be free of symptoms, basics. This is all basics. 24 hours, at least free of fever for 24 hours. Now, especially with the COVID situation we have now, we do ask that if you or anyone in your household does have any symptoms or you know of any, please just contact us by email. We do have our school nurse who you'll hear her name pretty often, Miss Kelly Skelton, and just contact the school, and we'll just follow the protocol with the Mobile County Health Department and things like that. Okay. Now, talking about absences and tardies, especially due to the COVID situation, but absences with 20 or more must have a doctor's note over 20 or more, or they will have to repeat that grade. Usually, that doesn't happen except in certain circumstances, and that usually is not an issue, and we will work with you but as long as you have your doctor's notes, you are okay. We will still be, trying to practice some social distancing. So if your child is late and they have to go to the office for a tardy slip, it may take a little longer because they are trying to practice social distancing as well. Early dismissals. For those of you who are new, we do encourage you, if you're going to get an early dismissal for your child, that it does happen before 2:30. It's just very hectic in the office for our office ladies if we try to, get anything after that. And please make sure, because you will be, if they do not know you, you will be asked for your ID. And as far as the student release form, you will get those on Monday. And if you have anyone that you know of that could possibly pick up your child, please make sure you list them on there as well. But if you do have someone that you want to add during the year, you email us, or we will have our class reminds and just kind of send a little text that says, hey, so-and-so is picking up today. It is okay. And that will be fine as well. As far as the phone's concerned, we do have a school phone that they can go up to that is behind a kind of glass window that they can walk up to use if they need you. But as far as a lot of times we take care of it in our classrooms ourselves. If we send you a text to remind, say, hey, he's not feeling well. But sometimes they will call you from the school. So if you see that, the unfortunate thing is there are several numbers from Faith Academy. So if you do know that number that you see, you think, oh, that's a school. I need to call that back. Is it clicking? Is it not? A little technical difficulty, sorry. Did it skip it? What now? Okay, sorry. We've kind of had to make some corrections and things, and it's not working as well. But we did have a little bit of a update with this. Car line does start at 3:05. We do try to walk out about 3 o'clock usually and get to our spot. And for those of you who are in third grade, right outside the primary building, you will have, you'll see all of us third grade. I do believe that's still our spot. You'll see us all in our area. You'll see us standing by our classrooms. So if you do walk up, please make sure your child's teacher, sees you or whoever's picking them up as well. But if you are in the car line, we ask that you make sure that yellow sign that you're going to get on orientation day is in your window displayed. If your mother or your father comes and we can make extra for you, but it's very important that yellow tag. And as soon as your child is put in the car, this is just kind of technicality, but if you'll take it down or flip it, that helps us tremendously know that your child's already in the car. But anybody 3:35 or after is taken to Life Church Child Development Center. For those of you who are new, our car line is right out here. It comes straight off of Ziegler Boulevard, and you'll see the line. We do have a crossing guard there and a line, and you will see how we get line. It's really easy to follow. Inside pickup, rainy day pickup, cold day pickup. This year is a little different. Last year you weren't allowed to come in the building. This year you're allowed to, we'll send a remind. I keep saying remind. Does everyone know what remind is? Remind is a little class texting notification, and you'll get Monday, the teacher will tell you how to sign up for each of those. And we will send a text right away that says inside pickup, and that means you're going to park your car and come walk in to your child's class to get them. And in severe weather, talking about weather, if severe weather, and we have had tornadoes and a couple of hurricanes last year, just please check the school email. I think you have realized by now that we do communicate really, really well. And they will send you through the email channel, the Facebook page, all of those things. Okay, before and after school care, Life Church Child Development Center. If you would like, on Monday, you'll have it in your packet. If you need daycare services for before, after, or both, just fill out that form, see them. But if your child is still here at 3:35, they will go to daycare. We are still, what now? Okay. As far as medication is concerned, if your child has a medication they take every day that needs to be administered in between school hours, you will need to fill out a medication form, which is in your folder that you'll get on Monday as well. And you'll give it to your child's teacher. If it's a medicine, like as far as Tylenol, your child has headaches from time to time, and still fill out that medication form and give the medicine to your child's teacher. Please do not send it in their lunchbox. You laugh at that, but people do that all the time. And please give it to your child's teacher. Plus Portal is our grading, our access for you to see your child's grades. And if you've been here before, you will know that already. But we do post grades each week. We do send, this is your last grade that you will get a progress report for. A written progress report that goes home with all their tests attached that you will look at, go over with your child, and sign and send back. After third grade, it just strictly goes to the portal, but the grades will be put in on our class pages. We are a big social media school. They're real good about putting things on Facebook and all that. But from time to time, we do like to have our class Facebook pages, but it is strictly if the teacher does one, and not all teachers do, but if the teacher does one and they like to show you just so only classroom parents would be invited to that. As far as the uniform's concerned, we are the only real difference for girls is this was a difference this year. Girls do not have to wear the FA socks anymore, but they do ask, and this is going to be kind of tricky, they do ask the sock be where it does show, not the kind that goes down in your shoe, the no-show. But also this is the last year that girls can wear and boys can wear shorts. They can wear the shorts, the school shorts, but this is the last year. So if you do buy them, will be the last year they can wear them. But other than that, your shoes are the same. People always ask us, do you get the big girl shoes, now? Really, to be honest with you, it's preference. It's up to you. A lot of them still wear the tennis shoe, which is versatile, but it's totally up to you. But you also will need a PE shoes still as well. And the problem that we usually have with uniforms is their outerwear. It does have to be FA approved, and there is a couple of them that are over there. So everything is sold through the bookstore. So as far as school supplies, our biggest thing is if you will make sure that you put their name on everything, label everything. I know that's kind of redundant, but it's just kind of one of those things that just helps the teacher if you have the name on everything. As far as their books, the only 2 books they'll get that belong to us are their history book and reader, and they will have to bring that back and forth, and then we will take it up. But everything else is consumable for them, and it's a little bit of trouble, but if we would ask if you would try to cover with contact paper. If you do, it just helps them last all year. If not, the cover is going to come off, especially for boys, and you know what I mean. Boys are just rougher, and it's going to come off within the first few weeks. So, Now, as far as discipline and rules are concerned, we are the thing they've been looking for. They hear about, oh, no, they do detention in third grade. And we do, but we do follow our assertive discipline plan, which is a school-wide discipline plan and it could look differently. When you're younger, you have bears and smiles and all kinds of things you lose. Or in your second grade, you might you work your way down or up or good choices or things like that. But we do the standard W. If you have their name on the board, it's just a warning. Everybody messes up. Okay? But if you do get a check, usually it's some kind of timeout. It may be, eating your snack silently. It may, but in third and fourth quarter, you'll get detention for it, 15 minutes. 2 checks, and a lot of times these don't really happen. I mean, we may have sometimes, but we try to take care of things ahead of time. You may be sitting out during snack, but we will call you. You will get notes, and that's one thing here at Faith that we do is we do communicate very, very well. And as far as the 3 checks and going to another classroom, calling parent, you will hear from one of us. Only 30-minute detention starting now, detention only starts third and fourth quarter. We'll talk to you about that after Christmas. But only 15-minute detention we will not let you know about. You'll find out about when you pick them up and they're not out there. 30 minutes we will let you know. All right, as far as their conduct grades, it's a little different. I'm not sure how they do it in second grade. Here we give them 25 points a week, and you'll see it on their progress report. Where you give them 25 points, 5 points a day, and any kind of, warning or check or anything does take away from their points. And they are given a numerical grade. Oop, you skipped one. We do start detention. It does start third quarter, and basically, if you get a warning, there's no problem. If you do get a check, that does mean 15 minutes. You will not be notified. They will come right out afterwards. You will have a note describing why they're in there. 30 minutes, we will call you. We will give you the opportunity. Do you want them to serve it today or do you want to serve it tomorrow? That kind of thing. If the things that you can get automatic detention for, if you miss 3 homework assignments, we give a couple of days for progress reports to be turned in, things like that. But a note's going to be sent home right after Christmas describing all this. So. Now, lunch, we do have a system called My School Account, and if you do order from the school, it must be placed before 8 o'clock, and when they mean before 8 o'clock, they mean before 8 o'clock, because 8:01 is not going to count. I can promise you. Third grade students this year, to help, they are still wanting us to minimize contact with all the kids, so we are going to be eating in the theater this year. You think, how's that going to work? It works. They will still have access to lunch, ice cream, everything. It will be fine. We're just going to spread out a little bit better, and they're making us a makeshift cafeteria. So, but right now we are still not allowing any parents at lunch just to cut down on the exposure. Now, snack. This will be your last year to have snack. Third graders do have snack, but starting in fourth grade, you don't have snack anymore. But because of our different times with PE, we all go to PE at separate times, that our snack will happen somewhere between 12:30 and 1:30. We do eat lunch at 10:25, more like a brunch, but they'll be hungry at 10:25, trust me. And you can order snack online, but you can also bring it from home, and that is something. But we ask that no carbonated drinks, strictly because it makes a mess, and it's at snack or lunch. So, and one other thing too is ice cream cannot be ordered at lunch. At snack. They can order ice cream for the first time this year, but it cannot be ordered at snack. And this is just what it looks like. And we'll let you know a little bit more if you are new, but if you're returning, you know what it looks like here. We still are going to not use our water fountains strictly for what's going on now. They can bring a water bottle. They will, especially till it gets cooler. They really don't care about it too much after it gets cooler, but they need to be labeled with their name. And we ask that you have the kind that that's the lid, that they don't sweat on the outside. It needs to be something that's insulated because that's a mess. And we do have water bottle filling stations, so especially at snack time, sometimes they walk down there and fill it. It does say, but we don't want them bringing a tiny one and then wanting to go fill it up every few minutes. So, a good thing about birthdays this year, last year it was kind of strict what we did, but this year there really aren't any restrictions on birthdays. You can bring if you would like to. We, as teachers, we love birthdays and them to bring stuff. So, anything, donuts or any kind of thing you'd like to bring for them, just let us know in advance. That would be good too. And just a reminder that lunch visits are postponed still during this time. Their first available party that we'll have is going to be a Christmas party. We don't know what that will look like yet. I guess we'll see, and we'll let you know. As far as the academics are concerned, we'll kind of go over it just really quickly. Reading this year, we do test on comprehension. We do read 2 to 3 novels this year. One is called Muggy Maggie, Harriet Tubman, and Charlotte's Web. You probably recognize one of those, Charlotte's Web. I think everybody read Charlotte's Web as a kid, which we love. But they're all great, and we do still use Abeka reading, but we do it intertwined in. Language. We do not have any phonics. We do not teach phonics. We start with language this year. I know they did some in 2nd grade last year, but we do teach all of our language skills, and there will be weekly homework that goes along with that. And the homework we'll talk about in a minute how it works, but it will go along with what they've had that week. Writing, we do go over the writing processes. We do 3 types of writing throughout the year, which is our opinion, informative, and narrative, and you'll see them in their work outside our classroom a lot of times. We do continue with the teaching of cursive handwriting, we will mark a lot of eras and things on there. We feel like it's really important with cursive. Cursive shows a lot of their fine motor skills and things. And we do continue to work on that. If you're coming from public school, I know you're probably thinking, oh, no, they haven't had cursive yet. But it's an easy transition. It really is. And we do give satisfactory and stuff, but we don't give a numerical grade in writing yet. And if they are coming from public school or another school that did not have cursive writing taught, we do take that into consideration. So don't worry about that. Yes. Okay, FA, if you do get an S or an FA, that does keep you on the honor roll. But if you do have an NI or a U, that could keep you from the honor roll. Spelling, we will take our spelling test every Thursday. I know it's a little different. You think, spelling tests belong on Friday. We like it on Thursday because a lot of tests are on Friday, so we like it to be a day that usually there aren't as many tests. We will attach our spelling list. We will have a maroon folder we'll talk about in a minute, and we'll attach the spelling list in there. It will go home on Fridays, and the test will be on Thursday. And the spelling list will also be on Parent Portal as well. So if in case you lose their spelling list, it will be there. Math, students will be tested on a lot of different things. We will be assessed every week, whether it be a quiz or a test. And they will also be given math homework each week. Bible, we do a lot of bi-weekly memory verses that we memorize for fill-in-the-blank test, as well as learning the books of the Bible. And we also have some tests periodically on our Bible stories. We do send a weekly progress report home. The day, we usually try Wednesday or Thursday, but we do send them home once a week. And we'll let you know if an issue arises where we can't send it home. But this will be their last year that they will receive a written progress report home. Now we will, from time to time, use Google Classroom. One of the main reasons if we did have to go out on virtual learning, which we are praying to the good Lord that does not happen, and because we want to stay face-to-face, and we will kind of inform you of that. As far as homework is considered, all unfinished classwork is homework. That's pretty much across the board in every class. But a lot of 3rd grade is, we send home every Friday the week before, we send home a folder, and it's maroon this year. And it has our spelling list, it has their homework sheet, and it has any homework that they need to do. When you do it is your choice. but it's due by a certain day, and we'll let you know that. Okay. For instance, our math and language are always due on the next Friday. Well, if you want to turn it in on Monday, you can turn it in on Monday and have it done. A lot of people do that. If you've got ball games that week, or if you've got church, or whatever you have, it's good. Spelling is usually due on Tuesday, but you can get through and be done, and it's turned in. But you'll see all those. But and we do. If your child's out a day, you have time to make it up. It's the teacher. We're very easy to work with. So the maroon folder that we're going to use is a very good organizational tool to help. Well, it keeps them organized. It keeps us organized. That maroon folder is going to be our way to communicate with you. Okay, and so make sure they always have their maroon folder. Help class. Right now, that's a little up in the air, so I really don't know what to tell you about that right now until we find out ourselves as far as having other kids in the classroom and COVID restrictions and things like that. We'll have to let you know. Our testing schedule. Some grades, especially your lower grades, usually had a day for this, a day for this, a day for... We don't do it that way, but usually they're tested each week on math, spelling, language. We do rotate history and science, whichever week. We never do them on the same week. But your homework sheet will lay it out and tell you exactly what you have when. And you're going to get it the week before. So you'll kind of see if, oh gosh, we're going on vacation this next week. You'll get it the Friday before, so you'll already know what's going to happen for the next week. But this year, be ready to study with your child. Don't say, sometimes the people say, oh, well, we've already, we know we've never had to study with them before. This year, you might have to. That doesn't mean they're struggling. It just means this is a big change. Third grade is kind of your first year where you're actually, it's kind of you step up into big school, I guess you'd say. I know it separates a little bit, and studying is a major thing in the third grade. We do attend the library every other week, and that's real important. They love that time. And we also go to computer every week for 45 minutes. So they will have a computer time with each class every week. We go to PE every day, and they will be all in separate classes. They will be outdoors a lot, especially until hopefully with COVID settling down a little bit, we'll be outside and not all inside the gym together. They do need their PE non-marking shoes. It doesn't mean they have to be white on the bottom. It just means that if you go to your top, and you scrape it on the floor, that you don't have anything, come off. They do go to music once a week, which they love. Miss Cleveland is really, really good with them, and she's Miss Friday now. I'm sorry, she got married last year. Miss Friday, and they love her. But if you do wish to have any kind of I think all that's offered right now, their age, is piano. That you can see Miss Tripp or Miss Friday. The others are for the older grades. Chapel, we will be back in the sanctuary. Last year, we had to watch in our classroom. And so this year, with Miss Godwin, we will be back in chapel. Now, this year, the third grade moves up to the next level of chapel, which is 3rd through 6th. So kind of move them up a little bit bigger. And but we will get to come back in chapel this year, so we're excited about that. Cell phones, usually at this age, I know some of yours may have a cell phone, I don't know, but I encourage them not to have it, especially if they're putting it in there because you want them, they're going with grandma afterwards or they're going dad. I would encourage you to keep it because the cell phone policy has really beefed up this year, and if it gets taken up, it's going to be kept in the office, so you'll have to deal with it there. So we do have a class fee, which is our Scholastic News, which is a little current events magazine that we use every week, which was really good. It has lots of activities and also digital. And for just an art supply, there's kind of a few dollars left over to help with some of the things we do in class. And if you will mark that and put your child's name on it and bring it in Monday with their name, and we'll get it to the proper places. As far as class needs, teachers always need, we don't deny anything, but we have, when you come to the class Monday, we'll have some things on the board that we'd like to have. It may be candy or spoons or batteries or, whatever. But we also all have Amazon wish list. And if you would like to, there's things on there that, that aren't really spectacular, but we would love to have them. We just don't have the means to get them. But, if someone would like to bless us with them, and we have access to give you the link to that for all of our wish lists. And then you'll see that you're going to have a folder that's on your child's desk when you get in there on Monday that's going to have assertive discipline, a student release, and if you need a daycare form, it'll be in there as well. And we'll ask if you can to fill them out right there. That way you don't have to worry about bringing them back. But if not, it's no problem. Now, I told you a lot in a little time, but if you have any questions, we'll be glad to talk to you out there today. I know if you'd like to see it, of course you can see us. If you go home and read this, we've given you a copy. You're getting it early. What you have in your hand right now is basically an overview of what we just told you. But if you have any questions at all and you want to look over it over the weekend, we'll be glad to answer questions on Monday. We'll be glad to talk to you out here today. But we're excited. We're excited about being in school and not on a computer. So that's one thing here Faith Academy does is they do everything in their power to make sure through whether it's an ionization system or, teachers that walk the halls and pray over your baby's classes or wearing a mask or whatever we have to do, that's what we'll do to stay in school. So we're looking forward to it, and we will see you guys on Monday. And if you'd love to see us, we'll be out here right afterwards. Thank you.